A successful black tech entrepreneur walks into a luxury dealership to reward himself with the car of his dreams. But instead of congratulations, he gets suspicion, judgment, and police sirens. What unfolds next is a shocking confrontation that forces everyone to confront the cost of prejudice. Malik Carter wasn't just another name in tech. He was a force behind the scenes. At just 36, he had co-founded one of the most promising cybersecurity startups on the East Coast. After securing a lucrative contract with a Fortune 100 company and watching his company's valuation skyrocket, Malik finally decided to do something for himself. He wanted to buy a car, not just any car, but the one he had dreamed about since college, a 2024 Bentley Continental GT, sleek, powerful, elegant. Everything Malik strived to embody. For years, he had told himself it was too flashy, too excessive. But now, he had earned it. He dressed sharp that morning, not to impress, but because it was second nature. A navy blue tailored suit, no tie, crisp white shirt, loafers polished to a shine. His thick dreadlocks pulled neatly back, trim beard lined to precision. Malik didn't walk into rooms. He arrived. And so, on a warm Thursday afternoon, he pulled into Bertram Luxury Autos in his Tesla Model S, parked neatly, and stepped out with quiet confidence. The dealership was everything one might expect: sleek floors, glass walls, cars gleaming like works of art. But Malik noticed something as soon as he stepped inside. 3 white men in blazers stood behind the front desk laughing. The laughter stopped. One of them, a balding man with a clipboard, glanced at Malik, gave a slight frown, and turned back to his computer. Malik walked toward the Bentley section. No one approached him. No greeting. No, "Can I help you?" Just quiet stares. He paused at a deep burgundy Bentley. It glistened under showroom lights. Price tag, $265,000. Finally, a man approached, mid-50s, gray at the temples, too slick smile. His name tag read Gary. "You lost, brother?" Gary asked, hands in his pockets. Malik's eyebrows rose slightly. "No, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be." Gary glanced at Malik's shoes, then back up to his face. "Well, this area is for serious buyers. These models start at $250, but we've got some certified pre-owned options in the back. Maybe more your, range." Malik let the silence stretch. "You assume a lot for someone who hasn't asked my name." Gary laughed nervously. "Hey, no offense. Just try to save you some time." "No offense taken," Malik said calmly. "But I didn't come here to save time. I came here to buy that Bentley. Today. In full." Gary blinked. "Wait, what?" Malik pulled out his phone and tapped an app. "Do you accept wire transfers, or should I go cashier's check?" Gary shifted uncomfortably. "Let me, get my manager." Gary hustled over to a glass-walled office. Inside, Malik watched as he whispered to a man in a navy suit, "Don, the dealership manager." Don looked up, eyes narrowing. He picked up a phone. Malik didn't flinch, but he felt the shift in energy. Something wasn't right. Moments later, a uniformed security guard appeared. He stood by the door, arms crossed. Don walked out toward Malik, his expression unreadable. "Good afternoon," Don said, extending a limp handshake. "You're interested in purchasing a Bentley today?" "I am," Malik said plainly. "And how did you plan on paying?" Don asked, tone sharp. "Wire transfer from my bank," Malik replied. "Would you like proof of funds?" Don didn't answer. Instead, he glanced at Gary, then gave the faintest nod. Across the room, someone was quietly dialing. Malik's ears picked up snippets. "Yes, we have a situation, possible fraud, high-value vehicle." 15 minutes later, the sound of approaching sirens shattered the silence. A local police cruiser pulled up fast. 2 officers stepped out, one with a hand near his weapon. The other adjusted his vest. Malik didn't move, but the rage in his chest simmered. "Sir, we received a call about possible fraudulent activity. Can you please step outside?" one officer asked curtly. "For what reason?" Malik asked calmly. "Sir, step outside." Customers in the showroom watched silently, whispering. Malik could feel their judgment. The black man in the suit must have done something wrong. He stepped outside. On the sidewalk, the officer began. Your name? Malik Carter. ID. Malik handed it over. You here to buy a car? Yes. Where do you work? Malik chuckled softly. I'm the CEO of CipherCore Technologies. The officer looked confused. What's that? A cybersecurity firm based out of Baltimore. We just closed a $300 million Series C round. The officer glanced at his partner, then back at Malik's ID. Do you have proof? Malik opened an app, showed his banking app, the funds clearly displayed. Then a headline from Forbes. Malik Carter, the quiet genius behind America's cybersecurity revolution. The silence stretched. Gary and Don stood near the door, watching nervously. A second car pulled up. This time, not police. It was James O'Neill, Malik's corporate attorney. A white man in an expensive suit, bald, mid-40s, confident swagger. Malik had called him silently during the incident. James stepped out, furious. What the hell is going on here? He barked. One officer turned. This doesn't concern. It does concern me. That man is my client. He's the founder of a multi-million-dollar company. You just racially profiled him over a car purchase. Don stepped forward, sweating. Mr. O'Neill, look, we were just following policy. What policy is that? James barked. The one that assumes a black man can't afford a Bentley? Malik finally spoke. I was ready to make a purchase today. But now, he turned toward Don. You just lost a sale. And the story of how you handled it? That'll go further than any ad campaign you've ever run. The video Malik took of the entire incident, complete with subtle racism, the 911 call, the humiliation, went viral that weekend. 5.3 million views. Hashtags like hashtag driving while black and hashtag bought not stolen trended. By Monday, Bertram Luxury Autos had shut down their Instagram. By Wednesday, Don and Gary were reportedly fired. Malik gave an interview with CNN, calmly explaining that no matter how much money you earn, blackness is still seen as a threat in spaces where wealth is assumed to be white. Malik didn't want revenge. He didn't sue. He didn't burn the place down. He did something more powerful. He exposed it. In a world where black success is often met with disbelief, where money doesn't buy immunity from suspicion, Malik stood tall, not as a victim, but as a mirror. He showed the world how even now, in suits and Bentleys and Silicon Valley contracts, black men still get questioned, still get watched, still get profiled. But sometimes they clap back without a word. Just presence, just proof, just power. Never mistake silence for weakness. Sometimes, the quietest man in the room holds the most power. And when that power speaks, it echoes. This gripping, emotional story is based on the real experiences many black professionals face daily, where success doesn't shield them from racism. Watch as one man turns humiliation into empowerment and delivers a powerful message without ever raising his voice. Based on real events. Crafted for those who believe in justice, truth, and the power of turning pain into purpose. Don't forget to like, comment, and share to amplify these powerful stories.